Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. It has been a minute since I've done anything cash budgeting because I don't know if you've already seen, but my video before was a vlog of my last month in nursing school, so that's where I've been. And so I haven't really had time because considering it was my last month and I had like 4 or 5 exams within the span of 1 month, it was very overwhelming. But good news, I did pass my classes with A's, so I'm proud of myself. So I wanted to do a budget with me because I haven't really done one of these, and I do find it necessary to show people how I budget, how I do things. My budget isn't very straightforward like a lot of people who get paid weekly or bi-weekly, considering my husband gets paid randomly and it varies when he does get paid. So that's why it's very difficult to do budget with me's or even have a consistent schedule of when I do cash stuffings. But today I wanted to show you how I'm going to budget. So right now I'm going to budget for 2 weeks. I thought it would just be 1 week, but we will be budgeting 2 weeks. Let's go ahead and get started. Here goes my iPad. If you see a little leaf there, it's because there's plants right there. So this is my main page, and here is my iPad. I did have to look up a way to go directly to my planner instead of having to go to GoodNotes and look for it and all that stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and go to my planner directly. So I did create my own planner, so this is all mine because I just felt like I needed something specifically for budgeting. I didn't want this to be combined with a personal planner because I like more handwritten planners, but for my budget with me, since I have to have the same sinking funds and bills and all that, I'd rather do it digitally where I can completely copy and paste everything. So that's how I do it. So basically how my planner is set up, I do live with my mom and my brother, or they live with me for a couple years now. And so this is why this is down here, because I need to make sure I tick off which bills they pay, because it is all on my debit card. So it helps me keep track of who paid what. So throughout the month I can say, I never realized this person never sent me this bill, you know, so that's what it's like. And then right here is basically your typical calendar. Over here on this side, these all are hyperlinks. So right now I'm on May, and the only hyperlinks on this part of the calendar are these up here, my calendars and my weeks. None of the days are hyperlinked because, like I said, this is not a personal planner. This is just a specific budgeting planner. I don't use everything because this was very much a draft and I did want to release it to you guys, but school got in the way and I never was able to really put the final touches and work around with it and see what I really liked. So I'll probably start working around with it this summer to really get the nitty-gritty and possibly release it later this year, or I don't know what. Obviously through the whole calendar I have my bills. I do have a lot. These are my main focus bills, but there are additional things that I add on as bills when I do my budget with me. And right here, I do separate it based on 4 weeks. No matter if it's 5 weeks from when it's due, it will always be divided into 4 weeks. So that's just how I kind of organize everything. I hope that makes sense. So basically, I already paid this first week's of bills. As you can see, I checked it off. And so now this is the week that we're working on, which is the week ending in 15. My weeks always start on Monday. I've always liked that. And then we're gonna do week 19 and week 20, which are these 2 weeks. So I already have set up kind of week by week. So as you can see, I'm gonna click on week 19 and all of my bills are here. All of the savings challenges, like week by week, are kind of already there because I hate having to go back and forth with my folders and stuff. So I already have it on there. As you can see, I have a whole calendar up here, which is hyperlinked as well, but just on the weeks. So you can go to week 17, week 18, then week 19, and so forth. And over here, it's also highlighted with your months. So you can go back to May or April, so on and so forth. So we're gonna go back to week 19. And then up here, as you can see, I did set it up where you could have this horizontal layout or a vertical layout, which is just right there. So I'm gonna go back to the horizontal one. And then once you have all of this, you do need your breakdowns of all your money or whatever. So here goes the sinking fund budget breakdown, which there goes all of the money that you need. And once again, This has the horizontal and the vertical one. You can go back to the horizontal. Sorry, I did mess up the links here, which also needs to be fixed. So that's why I'm saying I could not release it, because it was just all over the place. And then I know sometimes you're like, man, I need to go back to my budget planner. So you click up here and it sends you back to your budget planner. And this layout works for me personally. This is how I have my binder set up. So here are my incomes. I mean, I don't know who's getting more than 3 incomes, but personally for me, I thought that was plenty. Then you have all your bills. You have your savings. I did put multiple savings because I personally have, you know, savings challenges and stuff like that. But, you know, some people don't really need that much. Then I have debts, because a lot of people do have debts. Then I have my essentials, which are basically your high priority sinking funds. And then other, which are more your low priority sinking funds. Before I was like, why do people need a budget and then an actual one? But for me, this actually works. In times where I think my husband's gonna get home one day, but then he takes like another week to get back home. So I always do things on the budget, and then when I actually know how much he's getting paid, that's when I go ahead and put the actual, because it just helps me kind of have a foundation of what I'm expecting. And then for me personally, because my husband gets paid so sporadically, I do have something that's called Some Budget, which is just a summary of like multiple weeks of budgeting put together. And so now I have 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, and then the total amounts. And that just helps me see everything categorized, so I can see which week is getting what week. So it's a lot, and as you can see, you can go to each week separately, and then let's say go back to week 2 or go back to week 4 and stuff like that. And this one, like I said, also has a vertical. And so that's just how it goes. This is just the rundown. I know it's a lot. Let's go ahead and get started on this budget. My handwriting is going to be a little bit sloppy just because I am going to have everything tilted, but I will make sure to zoom in when I'm writing. So income, I'm gonna just put C, and the budget is $3,000. Okay. He could be getting paid more, but I just want to have the least amount possible so I can kind of know how much I'm expecting. And so here are my bills. I'm paying $250 for rent, $75 for my husband's truck, $30 for our phone bill. Our car insurance is $75. My husband has general liability insurance, which is for his business, which is $27. My dogs, which is just a Bansfield wellness plan, is $33. Our car, my Mazda, is $106. Our taxes are $150. We do estimated payments for our taxes. So my accountant gives me like how much is due by a certain time. So right now I have to pay $150 to make about $1,000 to pay by June, I believe. And then my monthly and yearly subscriptions, I'm not doing anything for monthly because I feel like I lessened my monthly subscriptions, and so I forgot to like decrease how much I would give weekly, so it's accumulated to a lot. So that's why I'm not giving any right now. My yearly subscriptions are getting 10. I don't have a light bill this week, or cable bill, or gas bill. And then my Etsy, sometimes I like to give money towards my Etsy to help buy stuff, but right now I don't need any money, so I'm putting 0. And then my dog's is getting 15. That's a bill for their food, so I have to make sure I have food for them, and that is a priority. That's why it's in the bill section. And so all of that equals $771. Remember, we're paying 2 weeks worth of bills, so I actually have to go to week 20 and circle all of this right here. So sometimes I do this instead of going to the summary budget, just because right now, he actually is getting like paid in more, since now he is getting paid either weekly or bi-weekly, so that way I don't need that. So now I just put both of them in each column. So both of these weeks of bills equal $1,487, and I'm gonna put that in red right there. And so sometimes I like to put these all in the same, like add all of these going diagonally. Okay, so now as you can see, that's literally gonna be half of his check. So that's gonna be 3,000 minus 1,487, which is 1,513 left over. And it does seem like a lot, but sometimes it's like, it doesn't feel like a lot. Savings, since I'm gonna put about 10% of our savings, I really want to stick to that because I feel like that's what's helping our actual savings grow. So I'm gonna put, go back to black, put 300 for savings. And now, as you can see here, so some of these I actually am not doing anymore. So I pulled the money out of those folders and I put them somewhere else, like to pay our credit cards or something like that. So a lot of these are going to be taken off. And so now my savings is gonna have 300. The 52-week challenge, I'm doing 2 weeks worth, so that's 170. My emergency challenge is getting 35. Christmas is getting 48. And then I will get back to my baddies and budget monthly savings challenge. And then my self-care challenge, which is another baddies and budget savings challenge, is getting 19. $10 savings challenge, I'm not doing anymore. The ahead one, I'm not doing anymore. And then my 100 savings challenge, or my 100 envelope savings challenge, is getting $7. That's 300 plus 170 plus 35 plus 48 plus 19 plus 7. As you can see, that's $579, which that's already a lot taken off. So I do feel like I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna add a little bit extra here. So I think I'm gonna do the 19, the 10 and the 9. So that's 19. And then I probably will pull another number out. So I'm gonna leave 100 for the 100 savings challenge and see what number I get. So I don't think I've actually done the 100. So maybe I'll do that. Once again, this iPad is going dark. Okay, so let's do that again. So let's do these right here. So it's 90 plus 20 plus 26 plus 9. 7 is 161. And this one is 300 plus 80 plus 15 plus 22 plus 10 plus 10 plus 100. And that's 537. So total, that is plus 161, $698. So now, since this was the remaining, I'm gonna subtract it from this number right here. So minus 1513, which is $815 remaining. And so as you can see, like now that's all gone. So here goes my debts. Sorry about that. I am now working on debt number 2, which is paying back my father-in-law. My debt tracker goes in increments of 100. So I'm trying to do 100 every week. So that is a total of 200. And so minus 200, that is, let's pull out the calculator because I do not want to be wrong. 698 minus 200 is 498. As you can see already, that's how much has to be split into these sinking funds. And so that's a little bit difficult because I do have a lot and I do like to prioritize a few. So we are working with $498 now. So eating out and groceries, I have started to put those together because a lot of the times I'd usually eat out and then I just have groceries, or I don't really buy groceries for a week. So, but now I really do want to work on just eating at home. So I'm gonna start budgeting $35 for eating out. And then shopping, I'm gonna give 10 for myself and 10 for my husband. So these numbers I'm gonna do now are for 2 weeks. So just because I'm doing it in one column doesn't mean it's not for both 2 weeks. And then car gas, I have to do 50. Groceries, I honestly don't think I have any more grocery money, so I'm going to do 150. Giving, I'm going to do $5 because my shopping money that I had that I gave myself, which was $10, I actually gave it to somebody because they asked me for money. So I'm like, you know what, this is all the change I have. The only other spare number I had was $50, and I'm like, no. So I'm going to do $5. Us, that's mine and my husband's category. Let me think. I'm gonna do 25. Car maintenance, I'm gonna do 25 as well. Oh no, I'm gonna do 20. Family time, I'm gonna do 20. Personal, man, I kind of want to give more than 20, but I'm gonna do 20. And my husband always switches his Mexican folder, always gets the same amount as me, which will be 20. And these right here, I always do last depending on how the rest of these go. So this is a total of 35 plus 20 plus 50 plus 150 plus 5 plus 50 plus 80 is equal to 390. Minus, what was our last number? 498. So we have a total of $108 remaining. So medical, I do think I'm gonna give 30. I think my home is gonna get 15. So let me go ahead and start counting that down. So 108 minus 15 minus 30, $63 left over. Decor is going to get 5, $58. My dogs are gonna get 15 and 5. So that's minus 20, $38. I think school is gonna get those $3. Presents is gonna get 5. I don't think these are gonna get anything this week. Citizenship is gonna get 5. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 more categories. I'm actually gonna do 10 to close. And I'm going to do 5 to travel, 5 to the truck, and 5 to my Maserati, which is 15, which means there's 0. So that is honestly what I'm going to be working with. So this should be a total of 108, which means there's 0 remaining. So like I said, this could still change. Who knows what my numbers will be. So I'll just specify week 1, week 2. So I honestly feel like he'll get paid around $3,300, but I can be wrong because sometimes I am wrong. And so that's why I do the least amount possible. But right now, this is what it's looking like, and I'm honestly okay with that. I'll be totally fine. I do wish that I could give more to some other categories.